makes you happy.
You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home.
Jafric Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and
Radio. Jafric Radio.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio.
You are always welcome home, welcome home.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home.
Jafric Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land.
You're listening to
All will be happy and gay. Come with me on this happy trip back to the.
Yeah, hello, our cherished viewers and listeners. This is Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio, your favorite program, Home Sweet Home. As I always tell you that we have only one motive, only one agenda, only one goal, that every home, every married couple experience the second heaven on earth. Okay? So we want the best for your marriage. So all the time we bring you topics that will fuel love. And
This is Jafric Radio.
in your marriage. So today, by God's grace, we are alive and be counted among the living. So we have a lot to discuss in our marriage issues. Yes. So I just want to acknowledge the sponsors for this program. We have Bayside Modeling Agency. Bayside Modeling Agency is in Tokyo, Omotesando, right? Those of us who are in Japan knows Omotesando. So if you are a model in Japan here, or you have talent that you want to turn it into business, all that we want to tell you is that just contact Bayside. Our website is www.bay-side.biz, or you can email us at info@bay-side.biz. They have a very wonderful staff that will welcome you and register you. And then we have Turmeric Hotel. Turmeric Hotel is in Ghana at East Legon in Accra. Yes. So if you want to spend home away from home, just visit Turmeric Hotel. They have intercontinental dishes that you will enjoy if you visit them. So you can go to their website at www.turmerichotel.com. www.turmerichotel.com. And also, if you are out there and you want us to promo your business for you, just contact Jafric Radio and we will do justice to that. Okay? Right. Thank you so much. Let me introduce to you our panelists, able panelists for this program. All right. So there is a saying, ladies first. So I don't want to change the narration. No. All right. So let me introduce to you our beautiful mama. She is a Dickness. And also a Dickness. All right. And also a Dickness. Okay. She is Mrs. Dickness, Mrs. Naomi Asari Zotto, the beautiful mama in the house.
Thank you very much.
Mama Naomi, you're
Thank
welcome.
you, Dickness. Hi.
All right. And I have a gentleman. You know him. Many people love him so much. In fact, the comments that I receive that, oh, he is the person. His name you know already because you love him so much. He is Mr. Fred Jechi Mensah. Mr. Fred,
Yes,
you don't
madam.
know how people love you.
Oh,
The calls that I got, that man.
That's mad.
Try.
He's a wonderful person.
By the grace of God. So, Mr. Jechi, you're welcome to
Yeah,
this.
thank you for having me.
Thank
As
you.
always.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
nice, everybody. Greetings.
Thank you. Yes, today's topic is very simple. Patience and tolerance. Okay? Patience and tolerance in marriage. Patience and tolerance in marriage. Okay, so let me go to Mama Naomi. And if one say patience and tolerance, what is your understanding, Mama?
This is
Thank you
Jafric
very much
Radio.
for the question.
Thank you.
Patience and tolerance.
Mm.
I think some of the keys to a very happy and successful marriage is what we've just talked about, patience and tolerance. And these two things move hand in hand. When we say somebody is tolerant, it's like showing respect, showing acceptance, and being appreciative for what you have. Patience is maybe we have different ways of doing things or different cultures, different way of upbringing and all those things. So for you to tolerate is to accept that difference,
Okay.
to respect that difference, and to appreciate that difference. And for you to be able to do that, you need patience
Okay.
to be able to tolerate your husband or your wife in situation, because we have different characters, different way of doing things. Yeah, so it needs patience to be able to tolerate. It needs patience to be able to respect. It needs patience to be able to accept and appreciate.
Wow. Wow.
This is
Mr. Fred,
Jafric Radio.
your understanding.
Well, yes, I think Dickness has said much about that. And to be patient, yes, is to kind of hold on your own feelings and wait for the other also to chip in. Yes, and trying to let's say listen to the other side or each side well, so you can have a compromise on the subject. So it's being appreciative, yes, and understanding one another, and also showing respect.
Wow.
So there's patience.
Being appreciative, understanding one another. Oh wow. Patience. I want to ask the differences of this. If sometimes we mix temperaments Like if someone is, let's say, very strong in decision making, doesn't mean that the person is not patient.
If somebody is
Very strong in his or her decision making. For example, I know that this is right, and you maybe you have wronged me. I'm telling you, no, this is wrong. Is it that the person has no patience, addressing issues straight just as it is?
Well, you talk about temperament, and that temperament, we have different kinds.
Yeah.
Let's say the four types of
Mm.
temperament,
Mm.
and all these temperaments comes with weaknesses.
That's right.
Yes, and also there need to be the blend.
Mm.
Okay, so two same temperaments cannot be on the same boat. It's just like two captains on the same ship. There's going to be commotion.
Mm.
So the blend also matters. And knowing the temperament of your spouse will also give you more insight on how you present issues to them. If you come up with a decision, how you address or you communicate that decision to the person without bringing any kind of commotion. So it depends on the two of you. You need to study each other. You need to know when to and when not to talk, when to and when not to approach. All those things you need to study each other to know how to go about it.
Right.
Yeah, you may have a nice decision, but you have to know when you should present that to your spouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you present those issues, when you present it in the wrong time, it's just 10 things
Yeah.
in a way
Timing
that
is
you
very
don't even
important.
expect.
Yes.
All
timing.
right. All right. Patience. What can one do? This one is very deep. What can one do that will make you see that this person has patience?
Well, I think.
Fred.
Well, if I have to talk, I think it's your tolerance. Yes, because somebody speaking about the subject, of course, would speak what he knows, supposedly, that he knows what he's talking about.
Right.
So he speaks with his feelings, he speaks with his ideas.
Yeah.
So you, the one listening, is the way you tolerate the person to speak to the end and to come with his views. So listening to that will make you tolerant, and that can let the other person see that he is patient enough. Because normally you speak, it's a way of communication. Someone may be speaking with all sort of mood, maybe angry, jovial, smiling, whatever. It might use all kinds of language.
Yeah.
So it's up to the person accepting the language, being tolerant, waiting for the person to finish, to drop his point. So that would suggest to the other one that he, listening to me, being patient and being tolerant there, means that he's patient.
Wow. Being patient. Same question to Mama.
Okay, so to add to what our dear brother has said, how do you know somebody is patient? You see, people who are patient, they easily forgive. Patient people easily forgive. Yes, because when you do something against them, they are patient because everybody has a reason for acting or reacting the way he or she does. So a patient person will be able to be patient enough to know why you behave the way you did. And they are easily to forgive. They don't keep grudges in them. Patient people are kind. They forgive, they give, and they are very kind. So these are some of the things that when you see that, or even you yourself, are you such a person? Are you a person who forgives easily? Are you a person who is kind? Are you a person who loves no matter what? So if some of this, you ask yourself those questions.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody who forgives easily is a patient person.
Forgive easily.
Forgive easily.
Oh,
They
wow.
don't keep grudges. They try to let go. They try to let go. They try to let go. And they analyze issues before they act. Patient people don't just stand up and act on impulse. They analyze things before they act.
They act.
Yeah.
All right. Then let me just ask this question. Same as like temperament. There are some people who are very, reserved. They don't talk, but they don't forgive. When you maybe do something against them, they will not talk. They will not do anything, but they keep you in their heart, and any opportunity that they get, they will repay you of what you have done to them. Do you get my point? For example,
you are trying to
your
say-
husband, we have some people who are very quiet. Maybe let's take couple as for example. The man is so quiet. He doesn't, talk by heart, very reserved. And when something happens, they don't talk. But they keep them so strong in their heart that they will make sure that they will repay you of what you have done. If you get my point.
We
very
can't say
clear.
that person is patient.
Is it not
Let me
patience?
chip in here.
Right.
Well, I, for example, would like to separate the subject of temperament and
And
patience.
patience, yeah.
Patient is the ability to be calm or delay on a subject without complaining.
Okay.
This is patience. That is the ability. So if you have that ability to delay on a subject and not complain, just being calm until the other side finishes his point. So anyone doing that, having that ability, doesn't mean that that person is a cool doing person or he's a harsh going person. The point that you have that ability at that moment or at the time, being delaying yourself on a subject,
Okay.
yes, that ability suggests that you are patient. So temperament and the patient should be two separate things.
Totally different.
Yes. So
But
if you
sometimes
try
we mix,
to,
that's why we mix these things together.
if you do that,
Yes.
you will you always go
when you
wrong.
have because as some no or can say pain and me. We always say that onia botre kra otia so onyanto boase tia some na make an in every no we ya pass mo two mame no.
Well, let me say, I don't know. The same saying say temperament and patience. No, normally we mix the two.
Exactly.
Let me come in with the account. RBBM no so no ye from so. It describe will be what Emirates say describes any panel.
Yes.
Unya botrepa na we asemo to me. It could be obi at time on asema ebebe ina. And he has to be patient, be delayed her feelings and her complaining until the subject finishes. So he can have a complaint to make. Then he chips in with sort of abusive words or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he's already planned in the mind. That's what I'm saying. And that person, you can claim say
This is Jafric Radio.
His character is
Okay.
that kind of person.
This is Jafric
Because
Radio.
He has studied the problem already, and he knows what is going to come, and probably he's waiting for the other partner to start complaining his part of it. So he has to delay his own feelings or emotions until the other party finishes. Then he chips in. So let me tell you, he has been patient for that and waited until that time happens. But you separate the temperament from there. Don't describe that person with the mood at that point.
That's right.
Don't describe that person, say he's a patient person or he's kind of, because he probably have studied the cause of the complaints of the other point or other side, especially our emu.
Yeah.
If you are only a year honum, what can why be what to know for on far? Enti one who say a course no, bribi at the assembly and I did not top on my name. But the sense of your work on fat. Into anything, you just have to be quiet. Enti asemboni ekoto baby. Or no say ya no kota came. Then he started complaining. Maybe putting blame on people around her. So I know, sir, you just have to be way cool down, delay your feelings until the person finishes. Maybe what you use 2 words to describe the situation. People
I told
like
you.
Yes, I told you. So let me know. Yes, that's how life is here. But say you mistakenly say combine the temperament issues and somebody being patient on issue now. We always go wrong. It doesn't mean say
That's right.
how the character is.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mama don't mean it. So
add-
you will say something
yes,
about
to
it.
add
Yeah.
to that, temperament and this patience and tolerance we are talking about is
Two different things. Yeah.
Let's say if you say temperament, something your personality trait, something
Yes.
that you are born with.
Mm.
But when it comes to this patient, it is something we learn
Mm.
deliberately.
Okay.
Ability.
For you to be able to love, it doesn't happen just, you are not born with it. It is something that deliberately you open up. It is something that you do every day. It's a practice. So that is also the patience we are talking about. You have to consciously try to be patient.
Okay.
Because if we bring it to the Christian perspective, love is patient. Love is kind. It is something that you do.
Okay.
It is something that you learn how to do. It doesn't happen just like that. But the other one that you are saying, the temperament, that one, it is something that you are born with, and it comes with its weaknesses and its strengths.
Okay.
Yes. And for you to be able to overcome the weakness, it is a deliberate consciousness of yourself that this is my weakness. I
This
need
is
to do
Jafric
something
Radio.
about it. It wouldn't go just like that. You have to consciously do something about it. And the same that we are talking about, this virtue of patience and tolerance. You have to work at it.
Wow.
It is not automatic. No.
Wow. Thank you. So why is this patience important in our marriage life, Mr. Fred?
Well, say, if we are not patient, we always go over details of our own ideas, thoughts, and so many things.
Okay.
Because Bible made teacher say abotre cousin you can't baby yes abotre yes if you mean okay and in the Bible I can only say it anyway. So say the patience moves mountains. Say asem to saying say to say people cry abotre in a day edika enti say nya abotre ama yen ho awarefo ya on hwe ni yetutu mulika so ho yakoye ne me bia emfata enti abotre any tolerance tree is tree can tolerance
tolerance quite cheap.
So you have to tolerate the other side. So let me try here. You tolerate
and
the
they're friend in
person.
Shahaya and I said
Maybe.
I don't know.
And jitum.
Tolerance.
Tolerance, yeah.
Tolerance.
Yes, so,
Tolerance. Okay.
Hey. Enti abotre ehun hia papa. It should be the first thing in everything. Because when you abotre so a ye hu so let me try. Hena yeah now our phones and you go forget say only pa we as me say not here. It doesn't mean say it's not here. Ye nia ye ko no. Situation be made me adapt to your home. The different situations. We have to consider that too. And to being patient in marriage, for me, is very important. Be patient, listen to your spouse, digest what she says, make sure you understand it very well before you come in with your own thoughts or ideas.
Wow.
Patience is very good.
Mama, would you say something?
Yeah, this patient, it is very, very important. Being patient. It makes you to how will I say it, enjoy your marriage.
Right.
Yes, because there are certain things that might happen in the marriage, and if you are not patient enough, you go overboard because it is not as you are saying it. as I said from the beginning, everybody has a reason or something behind how he or she act or react or speak anything. They have the reason why they are doing so. So if we don't have patience enough to dig into to know the reason why such a person is acting the way he or she is doing, it might bring a lot of unexpected problems that you didn't even foresaw coming. Yes, and if you read like maybe according to researches and those kind of things, patient people have healthy, how will I say it? They are healthy mentally. When it comes to mental aspects, patient people are able to sleep very well.
Wow.
Patient people can live long. Why did I say that? Because from the beginning I said that somebody who is patient is somebody who forgives easily. So you don't have anything that you harbor in yourself. You are a free person going. When the thing comes, you just let it go like that. And it gives you the chance to reason clearly, the chance to sleep well. Your heart, every part of your body is functioning well because things that you need to harbor into yourself, you just let it go like that. You try to tolerate everything. Not everything though, but the tolerables. Yes, there are some things. Yes, you don't have to tolerate it.
Okay.
If maybe your
This is
spouse
Jafric Radio.
disrespects you,
Yeah.
no, you don't have to tolerate that. So a patient person is somebody who tolerates the tolerables. Yes, there are certain things you need to tolerate until a particular time that you address it.
Right.
So the importance of patience is numerous. If you see the characteristics of patience, then you can attract the good things that it comes up with it. Yes, because if somebody is someone who is always bitter, doesn't forgive, it affects the heart, it affects even the facial expression. Always the person is moody, always looking angry and those kind of things. But a person who forgives is always lively, is always sociable and those kind of things.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you see the attributes or the characteristics of patience, then you know the importance that that comes with it.
Yeah, you've answered one of my questions, but I will ask, if your spouse is doing the opposite, must you tolerate everything?
No, not everything.
Why?
You don't have to tolerate
Why?
everything.
Because patience must come to play there.
So, like, let's take for example, you see some men, will I say they are generally, or there are some people that are impatient. Being impatient too is, well, we have psychological reasons, environmental reasons. So many things come into a person being impatient.
Okay.
Yeah, so many things contribute to that. So there is maybe a husband or a wife who is, especially, let me come to the husband first. A husband who always try to raise the hands against the wife.
Physical abuse
because of impatience. Maybe the man is he's dealing with some emotional problem that he's not able to suppress it. So because of that has escalated to he being very angry, always trying to raise the hands against you, trying to speak ill about you and all those things. That kind of things, you don't have to tolerate it. You have to rise up to it. Maybe, for example, there are some women. I was listening to one woman recently, and he said there was this couple that the woman always is like always concerned about the husband. My dear, where are you? Today you came back home early. What's happened? Then fire. Just trying to show concern. The man becomes so impatient and a whole lot of things. So she too said, I will not tolerate this. So if I come in to ask you, are you okay? Have you eaten? When are you coming back? Why do you come late? If asking those things will make you impatient and you disrespecting me, I will not do it again. I will try my best and perform my duties and responsibility as a wife.
Okay.
Clean the house, make sure your food is ready, anything will do it. So the time that I will use to be thinking about you, where are you safe, and those kind of things, she, the woman, decided to use it to develop herself, to shift those attention to maybe to upgrade her career, take care of the children, make sure everything is in place. So by the time that the man is ready to receive the kind of love she was trying to, the concern she was trying to show to her, her attention has gone to a different
thing.
Yes. Now he wants it, but he can't get it.
My.
He has regretted it, but it is too late. And I will not say that it is a good thing though.
Yeah.
But we don't have to trade our dignity in the name of maybe tolerance or patience. We have to stand up to it and make the person aware that no, this is your limit. We need to set the boundaries.
Yeah, I understand, but I need to also push more questions on this because a lot of people are going through this that we need to clear. Yeah, so let's say you can't tolerate your husband of being, disrespecting you, or so, for example, what you give about the woman, he stopped being caring for the man. Do you think it's the right thing that the woman should do? Instead of, addressing the issue with the man that this thing is, I don't like it, or something of that sort.
So maybe at that moment, that is what she thinks will be the best. I ask you, my dear, where are you? You are angry. Oh, today you are quite late. You should have called me. Angry. Have you eaten? Angry. What will you eat for dinner? Angry. So,
yeah, don't you think that the woman should even find out what is wrong with the man?
Finding out, why are you behaving this? Angry.
All right. Maybe we will continue because there are some things, it's not about talking alone, but the woman should be patient.
Yeah, she was patient enough. That's why she
look
tried
around and see what maybe the actions of the man speaks more than words.
According
so
to her,
maybe he has been going through some problems that that problem needs to be addressed first. Yeah, before.
According to her, really the man first they were okay, but immediately the man got something in his like a promotion.
That is the point.
Sika abedini bottom on fashion and it's like messing around. You know how someone can be. So you see that
this
men
Radio.
in general sometimes they don't need confront. They don't want to. They know that what I am doing is really, really bad. But they wouldn't want to be confronted on that.
That's right.
So because of he knows that he is womanizing, but maybe for the woman to ask, "Oh my dear, where are you?" So like his own conscience. So if okay now bibi di wonseminti na sesia I say person odi menim twitwi forma. Okay, I will perform my duty as a wife. I will do everything. I will not deny you in any way. I will clean the house. Everything that is a responsibility of a woman, I will do it. But also to make you see me as a fool or something, I wouldn't do. Instead, I will also develop myself. You understand?
Mr. Fred, I saw you nodding your head. Well, so what do you want to say?
No, well, it's not.
It, you don't agree, right? You're so shaking.
She's making a lot of points. You see, first, being patient and tolerant shouldn't mean cowardness.
Okay.
It doesn't mean the person is coward or tolerating. And the opposite, being opinionated or having a harsh talk with somebody should not be translated as overboldness. You get the point?
Yeah.
And for a man to raise his hand of a woman, it's an expression of an overdue emotional feelings that has not been solved in the past.
That's right. Somebody has said this before.
Are you getting my point? For a man to raise his hands in attempt to beat a woman, that means something has been hidden inside him for
For a very
over
long time.
a long time. That has not been addressed or cannot be addressed. So that comes as a reflection,
Wow.
maybe not intentionally.
Then the woman become a victim.
Not a victim. And I'm just saying, say bibi ni ho no ma. On yes side, you know. Obi be in ho no best I say.
But there are some men.
Well, let me finish. Obi be in ho no best sorry. Say
This is Jafric Radio.
Something is hidden somewhere. Something emotionally, something that cannot be solved or has not been solved is hidden somewhere. But Ahano, you can call them, say, both of them are being patient over an issue. Because probably when that issue comes up, they just walk over it. They don't talk to the details to find solution. Then they sort of end there. At this point, you can say they are being patient, but being patient for a time to come. So I'm saying, and a man to raise his hands, you know, say definitely, there's something behind it, something that has been going on unsolved for some time. And for a woman, also, to say your husband has taken this position to you are just being patient, but you'll be responsible for what you are doing. What? Look, when you have love or when you show kindness without love, what do you mean? What do you think you are doing? Kindness without love. You sort of being arrogant there. You see? Being patient for a time to come. So, Obama and tell Obama ebe take those actions and I'm just say Bibia Koso for some time. Hanti medical can say being patient should not be seen as a coward person.
Okay.
Maybe he's patient, trying to process, understand the Obama she's patient for some time. And it's up to the couples, from time to time, they should talk over issues because as we grow, every day we make new, how do you call it? We create new things in our own lives, our own style of living.
New discoveries.
So it's advisable for couples, don't be patient for overdue time. At least, couples at least once or even twice a month. Just sit on issues to maybe it's new in the relationship.
All right, Mr. Fred, I don't know if this is what Mama Naomi tried to say. There are men that love beating women. At any little provocation, they will start using their hands on you. Physical abuse.
Well,
some men are like that.
Such people might be insane to say, to be straightforward. Yes, because in a member, we know how women are, and we know how we should handle them. And like I said before, for a man to go straight ahead or raise a fix on a woman, maybe he does that as an explosion of something, over something. So I'm saying, say, Yafani say, Obi Honma, Obi Onim Kasa, Onim Obenim Kasa. And like you are saying, Onim Irenim Kasa, and Onim say, or in Toka, solve issues. But so Odi and Toka, and I say, Obebo Bonipa with your own wife, and they solve issue. No? To me, it's insane. Yes, I'm a man, but let me put it that way. Okay. Yeah, kind of saying insane. And then you
yeah.
Because Obano, Namisi or the Ohu, Eboa for the bro. No, if I know Obebuano, and I obo bono. What only reasons be then Hannah Omeba will be.
So if someone is like in this situation like this in a marriage where physical abuse are constantly going on, what should that person do? First,
Obano. So what if you are trying to catch Ukuno, they say intimi much straightforward. The only thing is you go for advice, people around you. You have your parents there, his friends too are there. So hey, talk to these people first. Sorry, cry no between your friends sorry. 24 so catch on say near cost will fee in finding out why that is going on because it's important. And I make I say, I don't know me who be saying you can't say maybe more sorry and I'll born here. No,
I've seen a lot. When the man is hungry and the food is not ready on time, she beat the woman. When she doesn't have money in his pockets and demand money from the woman and the woman didn't give, he beat the woman. So there are some people, I don't know whether they have born to be beating women or
and I can say yes, Miss me, but for me, no, to have such a thing, not even in my friendship, me who say me young kuyana, close person be that kind of character.
Right.
So sorry, na on the ani say Nigeri na or bono no. But what I know is that, in fact, Nina yana be was here.
Okay.
So let me say, yana to say BBS chassis cost for over time, and it's over duty. Sabron crano, yana sheda and yes, oh Bobano. But usually it comes as a reflection. So no ban kasa Bobby Horn mouth me mano. Otimi kasa wani ma if be do no kasa crawl just say on no guys of a ball straw. It's saying if I no figure on sa na di. So no she. One no when you change so be but see situation ko no. By reflection and I come straw number. Enti also or fun is
Do you know
funny chow of course say okay man from Swaba.
Wow.
But the young intentions of it.
Man, I will be
it's true. There are some men who do that, and he rightly said that it is most of the time some issues that have been unresolved that has pile up. It can be psychological, it can be environmental. Maybe where the person grew up, that was what he saw. Environmental. So and sometimes diet also causes impatience. Yes, wow. Diet also is one of the things. So sometimes maybe for example, I have an impatient husband. How do I handle such a person? So that is when you don't like two wrongs
doesn't make right.
So you don't also become angry whilst he is also angry. And you have to also have the power to discern between when to be patient and when to be tolerant. You have to know the difference between the two. Or sometimes maybe my husband is being angry, and where I'm seeing the thing, it is going to end up into a different thing. Sometimes keeping quiet is also a problem. So you know when to keep quiet and when to walk away. So like before,
someone say I was talking and he was looking like me like a dog.
Yes.
He doesn't, and it will become another problem.
Yes. So all these things you have to study the person to know. That's the other day you were saying that a woman's wisdom is 7 years ahead of that of the man. Yes. So every woman from the genesis of creation of woman, man was created for a man, right? So we are there to help them. So in situation like this, that's why I always pray that I need wisdom, because in handling men you need extra wisdom. Yes, because when to know when to talk, when not to talk, when to walk away, when not to walk away, when to make your points clear, when to bring your ideas, all those things you need to know when. When to bring all those things in place. And all these things need wisdom, it needs discernment. So women have to always be patient to be able to handle, especially maybe the impatient husband or the angry husbands in a situation like this. And if you are a man who always raises your hand against a woman, then something is wrong. Big dogs don't bark. It is the small ones that bark. If you have the strength, why you using your strength on a woman? It means you are a coward. There is something that you have to
fear. That's why you.
Yeah, there is a fear. It's something that is trying to. A whole lot of things come into place. So you need to study to know where the real thing is coming from.
That's right.
What is it?
Wow,
Those
great.
things.
Mr. Yaya has sent a message. Mr. Yaya, thank you. Thank you all the time. Let's read from Mr. Yaya. He said, patience. Younger brothers is tolerant. The patient's younger brother is tolerant. They are birds of the same feathers. Being patient indicates that you understand that for every right that one partner has, there is a corresponding duty which the other partner must fulfill. Thus, balance will be achieved in all aspects of the relationship, which will strengthen their stability and tolerate all what nonsense that may come from the other. So at the end, the family life continue and flourish. This is what Mr. Yaya's understanding of patience and tolerance. Say they
Yes,
are
he's
two
right.
brothers. They are
He's
two
right.
brothers.
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to comment on that?
No, he's right. I mean, what
Alright.
he's saying is perfect. Yes,
Good.
the patient intolerance.
Mm.
Yes, but like the Dickness was saying, before a man lifts his hands against a woman, like I've said over and over, some men are impatient, accepted. Yes, but my advice is we all should be able to digest or study the behaviors of our spouses. I think it's first and should be the foremost in every relationship.
Okay.
We should study them well, know when to talk to them. See, and even talking to them, we should know the type of
Language,
conversation,
words that you have to use.
and the type of language to use for them. You see, so if we don't do that, then we always and at any time be wrong
No, right.
with ourselves, and it will be impatient at times. You see, and like Yaya is saying, being patient, of course, is trying to make sure that the other party too has a duty to fulfill for the two to come compromise
That's right.
on the subject and to keep going or keep the family flourishing. You see, so dealing with an impatient husband, yes, like I said, you have to study your man.
Right.
Those men that we call are impatient are people who are probably not very good in communication.
Okay.
I mean, to my understanding. Yes, usually men who are impatient are people who are not good in communication. In this case, with such people, you need to study a way and time. You, the woman, or you, the husband, have to study a way and time and be patient. Have patience and tolerate his activities until the point that he calms down. Then you chip in with your ideas. Being quiet at all times is not good.
Yeah.
And accepting what he does at all times too
It's not good.
It's
is
not good.
That means
Exactly.
you are not correcting him.
Yeah.
You are rather encouraging him to go
So-
ahead with that
That's
kind of
right.
behavior.
That's right.
So when it overwhelms you, then you talk to a closer person. Like I said, your pastor or his parents or whoever, to help solve the issue.
okay.
So you should make your mind that such a person with impatient attitude,
yeah.
he has a problem.
But, Mr. JT, some people, when you even discuss this issue with their parents they think that you have reported them.
Yes,
And that too become another issue.
exactly.
Well,
Why
it depends
do you
on the
carry-
way. It depends on the way the parents too will handle the issue. Some parents will go straight and say, "Your wife says this, your wife says that," but some mothers will take the issue to be their own
Okay.
and use it as an advice for their children. So what you are saying is right, but it mostly also depends on. So let's say if you should go to your parents or his parents for consultation, I advise you to say this, to let the parents know that should you talk to your son straight away, he's going to put the blame on me that I've reported him. You see, so you should make this clear to the parent that this is the kind of attitude you are facing at home. So please, talking to your son, Kojo, or whoever, please let him understand that this problem has been your problem for some time, and you are using that as an experience to talk to him, so he does not encounter that in his own issue. So there's a way of talking. I hope you understand me.
Very well.
Yeah, so we have to be very careful in our way of handling issues and the way of talking to people. Yes, so that's why I said, being quiet and leaving that impatient husband or impatient wife to continue with his or her own attitude. You are rather supporting him to be bad and to go worse. You are not helping him find solution. So to help him find solution is to have time to study him, chip in at the right times. You can't tell me all the time he's angry. No. If we're a woman and a man, there are times the man will be, what do you call it, sober. And person he cannot. Oh yes, there are times within the marriage you can talk. You see, about issues. And when it gets worse, also say you can't do anything, then you bring the parents and you tell the parents, this is the situation, so please do it this way, this way for me. Then you thank them.
Yeah, let's also go to Mommy, we will talk, but Pastor Dijan Fee has also brought, he said, hot tempers cause argument, but patience bring peace. By Pastor Dijan. Say, you look so sweet today. Today, my team. Keep the fire burning. Home sweet home. In fact, your people are looking so well. Look at Mama Naomi's face. It's not easy. And Mama Naomi, Mr. Yaya said, hey. He has done it 3 times. He said, confrontation and Mommy Naomi. Kiki.
This one there, please come back again and let's play your
confrontation.
Is it not true? Men, do you like confrontations? You don't like okay, Mr. Jechi, do you like confrontations?
No, because actually men, we don't like challenging.
Yeah, because ego.
Yes.
Because God has made them the head.
Yes.
So they think that the moment you confront them, you
have brought them down. So they have to also stand in and defend. Yes.
But it doesn't mean we shouldn't be tolerant. No, we tolerate our wives, but you should know the way to handle us. So that's why I said a lot of issues to come from both sides. You see, the women. You see, I've always been talking about over-familiar issues.
Okay.
Once you get married, you're going to be together. You're going to be familiar with yourself, no two ways.
Yeah.
But don't take advantage that you know him to the point that you can say whatever you want. Or you can do whatever you want for the person to tolerate that. If you have that notion, or if you think that way, you'll be wrong. We are familiar with ourselves, that is right, but there has to be some respect to a certain point. You get my point. I was saying the other day here, for me, if I eat, and for me to use toothbrush in front of my wife or my woman, if you hardly see me.
Okay.
I would rather go to the toilet, bath, or you eat there than come out. Okay. My panties and things. Of course, my wife will help me wash, but I don't let her do the very wrong side of it all. You see, that's what I'm saying. Over familiarity can bring issues within the relationship. You see, issues like feeling you can say anything to her because she belongs to you no matter how, or you two can say anything to him because you are both yourself and you do whatever you want. You don't care about what you crack jokes, some jokes that can hurt your wife. You know, so many things. So we still have to have the attitude of respecting one another in the relationship, no matter how. And I believe this is very important in any relationship.
It is.
Very,
because
very
I think
important.
from the beginning, as we said, the tolerance, it means showing respect.
Respect.
So that way, it is two-way. It is not only the man expecting the woman to respect, or the woman expecting the man to respect. It is a virtue the two of us need to have. Virtue of patience, that of tolerance. So if I respect you, if I accept you, I need to appreciate you. It is something, it is a two-way give and take. So if you respect your wife, you accept her, you appreciate her, she also does the same thing. I think it is going to be a very wonderful home. So it is a virtue that every couple need to get, patience and tolerance. So if the two of us, we have that thing, I will not get angry the same time my husband is also angry.
Okay.
I need to calm down. When he has calmed down, then we solve the issue. What happened? I don't have to pour more fuel on the already burning flame.
Yes, right.
Yeah, so, and I have to know when to approach him and when not to approach him. So all this thing, it is a virtue that we have to learn. How do you learn it? By studying each other and knowing each other very well. By so doing, you'll be able to address certain issues that would have escalated to be a great thing.
No, wow. Thank you so much. Now we are going back again to the comments, and then we will continue. This one again, Mr. Yaya, it's very long. It said, both husband and wife have to be patient and put up with one another, because everyone makes mistakes, and the one with whom you have to be most patient is the one with whom you live and interact most. Neither party should resort to tit-for-tat reactions. If one spouse sees that the other is very angry, he or she should restrain his or her anger and not respond immediately, just as you said. This is what is termed patient. If you see me angry, calm me down. And if I see you angry, I will calm you down. Otherwise, it will be too difficult to live together. This is tolerance. This is Mereginio. I think this is true. Thank you so much. Yeah, so if you see your wife being angry, the man shouldn't say, I don't know your baby. Don't add more fuel, as Mama Naomi said.
Yeah, don't add more fuel.
You have to calm the.
And you know, sometimes too, what we hear, like the environmental factor, there are some men, if maybe they do something to their wives, and you see women, as the Bible rightly said, we are the weaker vessel, so sometimes we just break down to tears. Yeah. And instead of the man to maybe calm you down or try to show you some care or something, or no cramp because no na say so like seeing you crying, just say why should you cry?
A friend of mine is like that. When the wife started crying, said, "What kind of thing is this?
Yeah.
You have to take up your responsibility. It's not crying. Address the issue." Something like that.
Yes, tears is not any distance. So just say, Uncle Obano, maybe she's trying to do that to bring her closer to you and try to calm her down. But because he doesn't know the wife. Some women, they get angry. The only thing they want,
they are very they are very worse when they are angry.
Sometimes, as I'm saying that, sometimes a woman may get angry when in the upper. Maybe the only thing you are just hug. And all these things, you'll be able to know it if you study each other. Yeah, patient, as Mr. Yaya is saying, trying to bring our emotions under control. You understand? So if you know me very well, if I'm acting some ways, like David.
Well, see, like Dickens, the old can are correct, but maybe you won't say or really soon, and I visa now. Well, there should be difference between patient and being quiet.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if you are just quiet and you begin crying, it doesn't mean you have been patient over anything. Or if you need hug, well, some women can express their feelings with crying, but it's up to the man no on anything and what's the home. When she cries at this point, or when she cries over issues of that nature, this is what she's trying to express herself. It's up to the person to know that. Yes, we have to separate. And being quiet doesn't mean you are patient.
Yeah.
So being quiet from an issue, not just talking about it, either you are afraid or it doesn't mean you are patient. Or you harbor some feeling that, okay, I'm forgiving him this time, I'll talk about next time. It doesn't mean you are patient.
Okay.
You're rather being coward. That's my feeling. Yes.
Being coward.
You are being because
to address the issue that you're supposed to address.
But sometimes too, at that particular moment, you need to be quiet to calm things down. Maybe the person is angry and talking, is expecting you to also talk. Maybe what you might say might aggravate the whole situation. So at that very moment, it is very important for you to keep quiet. Okay? Then at the right time, you address the issue, not just to keep quiet and keep quiet forever.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
for that particular
quietness
time
doesn't mean patient. If you are quiet, you are just quiet. You are not patient.
Yeah.
You see, that means you are waiting for the right time to talk.
Yes, it's so right now
That
you
means
are angry.
you have not tolerated it, but you're just harboring that, which is not good.
For that particular
Yes,
time.
for that particular time, yes. Because there are some issues that need to be addressed straight away.
Immediately.
Before it overpasses. Because if you don't do that, he's going to go away, or the person is going to think about it. Come with an issue to defend his position. And that's not going to help you. So you have to, that's what I'm saying, studying yourself is very good.
Yeah.
You see, for example, if I know the way you express yourself, and I know you are angry, I will know how to handle you, because I know you. There are issues I have to come straight and say, wifey or dear, this is not how it's supposed to be. Straight away, then you solve the issue there. So you don't have to be quiet on an issue. That's not patient.
So
you are
Mr.
not
Fred,
tolerating it.
let me come in. For example, if you are maybe you're angry and straight away your wife come in to tell you, dear, would you accept that?
Of course. You see, there's one thing too I want to say. When you are angry or when you have fights in a relationship, don't conceive that you are fighting to break away.
Okay.
At the end, or should be the result. You fight to repair, to resolve issues. In this case, you both know, when you have issues, conflicts, all those things, you should expect, you should come out with solutions.
Right.
So whatever you are saying, it should be on the way, looking for solution to the problem that has erupted within that moment or that time. So then the wife or the man can chip in, say, you have to think immediately.
But Mr. Fred, in case what you're going to say will just
make things worse
or generate very hot argument that will make things worse, would you still continue?
Say what I'm going to say to the wife or what the wife advise me.
For example, just maybe if possible leave the scene for some time, be quiet for some time, and then at appropriate time you address that issue.
Yes, what you are saying too is right, but leaving the scene too, you don't know what will happen when you have left.
Yes, and that thing too is also needs your brain,
that's what I'm saying.
Because there are sometimes walking away is not a solution.
It's not a solution.
Sometimes keeping quiet is not a solution. So you have to know the person you are dealing with to know when to chip in which action.
Wow.
So that's why knowing each other is very, very important when it comes to marriage and those kind of things.
Because waiting for a time to come to talk to him is not patient. It doesn't mean you are patient. That means you are still harboring something. Like the thickness said, being patient is being forgiving. Yes, so that one can say that you are forgiving. But if you wait, say I'm waiting for a time to come for me to talk to my husband or my person on this issue, you probably might be angry within you. but just waiting for a time to talk. You get my point?
But that one, I think
Okay.
it depends on
A
individual.
lady has brought another this thing that we need to also help her. She said, Miss Ayaya has said something, but I will jump to the lady. And she said, whereby a husband or wife made it clear to their spouses that they have no feelings anymore for them and are in a relationship with another person, besides was doing anything to frustrate their spouse to end the marriage. Please, patience and tolerance. Please, would the person continue to be patient and tolerate them? In that, no one is perfect, but their partner has tried to make the marriage to work, but to no avail. Please, will the person continue to remain in that marriage, whereby emotionally, physically, and abusive words are involved?
Well, in that case, that means the relationship has become irrevocable. That means you can't revoke it in any way. I mean, by what she's saying, that it's gotten to a point that the other side is trying to find a way to get out. If my understanding is clear, using abusive words or whatever.
Yeah, the person is in a relationship with
Another person.
And has made it even clear to you.
clear to you that she has no feeling for you.
Yes, that's
And
what I'm
she's
saying.
doing anything to frustrate you, to get you out of the marriage.
So that's why I'm saying it's becoming irrevocable. That means you can revoke the relationship. I mean, to what I understand
Yeah.
it's saying. Well, when it happens that way, well, at that point, then maybe a separation could be one of the solutions.
Separation.
Yes, because that's my option. Because if you stay there and you're going to get abused, because the more you get abused by the language or whatever she uses, the more, I mean, you get angry over things with him. So if you maybe move back to your parents or wherever, if you have children, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, for example, if the children are
there.
involved.
Yes, that's going to be a problem. But still, when it has gotten to that point, for me, my suggestion would be, of course, you need to separate for a while.
Yeah. Don't you think that looking for a maybe counselor to come in and maybe talk to the spouse, the other partner who wanted to,
Who is using abusive words or?
Yeah.
Well, that could work, but don't forget that once it's gotten to that point, you see, the environment has a great effect in this case, because what he sees or what she sees every day sort of enables him to continue his attitude towards you. You see, so the other thing is separate the environment, separate yourself away from the environment for a
One
while,
thing I'm thinking,
and give a space
now,
for both of you to think.
Space is needed.
But Mr. Fred, the other one has somebody.
Yes, he has somebody.
So don't you think that living there will give the other one opportunity to, feel your position, and maybe you might not come back again?
Well, if it happens that way, nobody can suggest it. But what we're saying is, you have to give a space to rethink. That is to break the whole issue again. Give yourself some space to think about it. You see, so if that one person is befriending the other one, and maybe he needs a space to continue that, don't forget that the same issue that he has done to you is probably going to happen in his new relationship. No two ways he's going to encounter the same issues. Yes, probably you are there, so even if he encounters that, he uses you as an scapegoat and pounds on you. So my suggestion would be, when it gets to an irrevocable point, it is a point that no amount of advice, no amount of what can resolve the situation, then for me an option would be separate a little bit.
You need time for yourself.
Yes.
Based on this, let me twist a bit, but these are some people, they do this. Like, for example, others confront the girlfriends of their husbands.
That's
Is
not
that-
a
Yeah,
good
the
solution.
girlfriend is not the problem. It is the person that has what nobody marries his or her enemy.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't your enemy. So what happened? What went wrong?
That
So
you went
when
to the
I
person.
was growing up, one of my mentors told me that, well, because Africa, Ghana, yes, told me that there are two things involved. Maybe for you not to have a very stable marriage or happy marriage, the woman is the maker of the home. Yes, though the man is the head, but to keep the marriage, or you are the helper, you are the homemaker in whatsoever. So if there are two things, maybe for somebody to come into your home, it is either two things: either you are not praying enough, or you have let yourself go, either physically or spiritually. So should, in case that was an advice from a mentor to me.
Okay.
Should, in case maybe you should encounter that, then check these two things.
All right.
Is it that you have been so lenient when it comes to spiritual aspects,
Okay.
or you have let yourself go because of the pressures, the stress of the situation? You have let yourself go physically.
All right.
So these two things, if you check these two things and it seems you are okay, then it means the problem is then you.
The other side.
Yes. So these two things. So maybe the person, check yourself. Is it that you have let yourself go? You have sold your dignity because of this kind of things, because of the pressure, the stress the man is giving you, the mental. So you have let everything go. Maybe sometimes because of these things, I will not even clean the house for the man. He's not treating me well. Why should I clean the house? I'm not going to do the laundry. If I like, I will cook. I'm not going to dress up because he said he's no more interested in me. I will not present myself presentable or so. It means because of the pressure, you have made yourself go. So the man is not even seeing anything in you, or looking at you. You are just a useless something or something like that. Or the pressure have made you not even able to connect with your God. So that was the advice this person gave me. So maybe in this case, look at this situation too and see. If against all odds you feel everything is okay, then as our brother is saying, we need time. Yes, give time. Give yourself time.
Yeah, it reminds me of a lady. She was in a different country, and someone in the western side came and married her, and then the lady went and saw that that man is not his type, the kind of man that he wanted. Yeah, the lady complained that even the size of his manhood he doesn't want it. And how, his expressions, he can't. So finally, the lady decided to leave the marriage. Yeah, a lot of people talked to her to just exercise patience. Maybe she will gradually get used to that and the marriage could work. But the lady didn't. So in this case, is it that the lady is impatient to wait, or how can patience come to play in this matter?
This thing, maybe she was not patient enough.
Okay.
Because one thing my father told me was that he said marriage is not a joke. Marriage can make you or make you. So therefore, you need to enter it maturely
And wisely.
Yes, that was what this old man told me when I was growing up. So from very young age, I had that thing in mind that marriage is not something, it's not for it's not a joke. Because once the thing can make you or not make you, you have to be very careful. So what sent her into the marriage? So according to what you just said, there is nothing that attracted her. So what is it, money or what it was she jujud into the marriage,
Marriage
or or was it the man was so rich, or what
Actually
so
attracted
sometimes
her
I
to the
think
marriage.
it is a how will I say, is it selfish? She entered the marriage because of selfish gain or something.
Yes.
So in this case, I think
Yes,
it's a
self-interest.
problem, because there is this research. I saw it on one of our platforms. This woman got married, but he said the man is not handsome.
Wow.
And she, when she was growing up, she told herself that she wants to give birth to beautiful children.
Wow.
You have that in mind, but you married somebody that you yourself is saying that the person is
It's not
ugly.
hands.
So she decided, I'm not going to conceive for this man.
Oh my.
And he said the XXX is very handsome. But the main reason why she left the ex was because he's handsome, he's number one womanizer. That's why she left. But because he wants beautiful children, when she sleeps with the husband, she takes pills so that she will not get pregnant for him, because he doesn't want ugly children. So she arranged with the ex, who is handsome, and for the 3 children she has, the children are for the ex. The ex doesn't know that the children are for him, because he never told the ex her mind. The husband thinks those children are his. So you see that this woman, she's not in the marriage she's there for her own selfish gain.
Yeah.
So like the story you are saying, what attracted her?
To
The man is not handsome, the man is whatsoever. What attracted her? Your selfish gain. But that is not marriage. So many things are going on in the world.
So many things, and this generation, it's very, very difficult. So we need to, be
It's a whole
very,
lot of
very,
things.
careful
we
in
have
the
to go back
decisions
to
that we make.
yes, the olden days of how our fathers were.
So
had
our dear sister,
relationships.
I think he shouldn't wait for she shouldn't sell all. So according to what you read, the man doesn't take her for anything.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
they
she said.
need the time, and that time she should work on herself.
Okay.
You should work on herself, so that maybe when that time comes, when everything, maybe if it is black power that is working on the man, Uber, then I also teach. If
No,
I
don't
say
put-
teach,
don't regret.
I'll teach you. Yeah, then I'll show you. So this time I want to now let give that time. Let me also work on myself, so that I think then you know that I was something special. You have lost something. How will I say, a precious jewel that you didn't see from the beginning. But maybe if even this separation, you just sit down without working on yourself, it's also a problem. A problem.
Yeah, but don't revenge. Don't have that revenge. Having that revenge. It won't help you yourself to make corrections to yourself. You will always look at one thing, the material side, that you want to get better and show him that you were somebody that he didn't do. That's not good. So that revenge for her, I want to advise you to have it. But the best thing we are saying is, one, recalibration. That is, stay apart for a while. Think of yourselves, because if the relationship got to an irrevocable point, there's no way you can bring it back. No advice.
Wow.
You see? So you people should live apart a little bit. Of course, the children are going to have some problems. They're going to suffer a little bit, but you probably might have no choice. You see, because when the father and mother living together are not doing well, definitely it will have effect.
affect
Yeah,
the
the
children.
kids.
So I think the children are not supposed to go through all these things.
Yes. So the best thing is, of course, you should talk to your spouse humbly, that you see that the right situation now is that you probably is in love or you're in a relationship with somebody, and for that reason you don't like the treatment he's doing to you, you have to be blunt with him that you don't like the treatment you are going through. So to help solve the situation, give yourself some time to think about it. And maybe during the time of separation, you both can go for consultation. I mean, see your parents, see your friends, talk to them. Then, if all things go well, your father will come back again.
And
Yes, so separation is important.
And most of the time, to those people, this is just an advice to those people who are yet to marry. Most of the time, some of this thing comes in when we involve our family members into the marriage, or we involve over involvement of other
people to come in.
Yes.
It's just
the living and the cleaving. This is the most of the time. This is where the situation comes in. You are married, but yet still you allow other people to have
come in and make
into
decisions
in your
marriage.
It is a very big thing that we all have to advise ourselves. Once you've made up your mind that you want to marry, it means you are matured enough
to handle issues by yourself.
It's like you have a plain sheet. Two people from different places coming together. You have a plain sheet. Start your life together and stop the involvement, bringing in other parasites, other weeds into the marriage. This thing goes a long way to distract or to disconnect the marriage. So maybe those ones that are yet to enter into the marriage, please, marriage is not for children. You need to enter it maturely. So if you are not ready to handle somebody's son, you are not ready to handle somebody's daughter, please don't go. Because during the marriage ceremony, the man hands over the woman to the man, signifying that my responsibility as a father has been given to you as a husband. So you are a husband, but you are going to
be a father.
Yes. The same way the woman, you are a wife, at the same time a mother. So if you are able to play your motherly role, though you are a wife, but you are able to do that to the husband, and the husband is also doing the same too. I don't think there is the need for this extra interferences into our marriage.
Wow.
So we need to all the things that goes on during the marriage ceremony, every aspect of it is important.
It's very, very
from
important.
The beginning of the ceremony to the end, the preaching, everything. Those things have to be taken into consideration.
Great.
It all have meaning.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mama. I think we've run out of time, and let me just let the viewers understand that Jafric Radio has an app. Okay, we have an app, and if you download this app, you just go straight to the icon and then you are on all the time. If you want to watch the previous programs, you can watch all of them from the app. Then this is what you have to do. If you use Apple phones, just go to Apple Store and then download Jafric Radio. You get it. And those that use Android, you go to Google Play, and you will get those the download from there. You just download and you will see the icon on your phone. So anytime that you want to visit Jafric Radio, anytime you come on live, you just click the icon and you are on. Okay, so we just want all our cherished viewers to also download the app, so it will make it easier for you to join us all the time. Even if you don't need to use Facebook or other social media handles, you can go straight and then watch every program that we are doing. Yes, viewers, it's getting hotter and hotter today. We are running out of time, so I will give 1 minute to Mr. Fred Jichi Mensah to summarize everything, and then yes, your last submission.
Well, if we die before ni eti phone so I say, and you can check 20 say arbitrary. Excuse me. Arbitrary, very good. It's good to be patient in marriage and tolerant. Walking away from the issue and I say harboring it for a perfect time to say to may not help at all times.
Okay.
So study your spouse very well and know when to talk to the one. Yes, if you have to forgive, then do that and forget the issue, let it go.
Okay.
But if you have to talk about it, then know when to talk. Being over patient or being quiet can sometimes mean that you are coward and you are not helping
the relationship,
to grow. So my advice to them is being patient and tolerant is very good. It will help the relationship to grow. It will help both of you to understand yourself and know yourselves very well. So just take care.
Thank you so much. Oh no, me wait.
Okay.
Mr. Yaya has a question for you, and then when you
Mr.
answer that
Yaya.
one, you just finger Okay, I think I skipped one of it's very important. Let me read this before I come to Mama. He said, always I hear people say men are impatient. Mommy Naomi, do you also know some women believe that if your husband physically assaults or beats you, then he loves you? Yes, it is there. Please, let us be careful when we condemn. So other women want beating.
Yeah, it's
That's
true, but
what
it's a
Mr. Yaya
myth though.
said.
That is a myth. That is the one of the environmental factors about this impatient, something like that. It is a myth. That's what that have been put into some people's brain. Says uknubu anache so do. Hey.
Woof. Yeah, boom, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, just let me give you your question. Say, Mama Naomi, please add this to those who are preparing to come down. The patience of a husband and a wife is tested every day.
Exactly.
Patience may not
agree.
seem to be big issue when you are single, but it's crucial to the success of a marriage. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Yaya.
For that one,
Mr. Yaya, God bless you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it is
Thank you
very
so
true.
much.
Our patience is tested every time.
Every time.
Even if you say I love you, that's where that has come out of your mouth is going to be tested to see whether what you said is true.
It's true or
so
not.
this patience, it is a daily habit. It is something that you have to practice daily. Love, respect, appreciation, all these things, it is a daily habit.
Yeah.
It is not automatic. We need to consciously have it in our mind that I'm going to practice patience every day. The patient, as we said, forgiving every day, showing kindness, showing appreciation, showing acceptance. It's a daily affair. Consciously doing it. And we have to allow our love to grow. Daily, we have to let it grow by expressing love in so many ways. So I think this patience and tolerance that we are talking about, they move hand in hand.
Yeah.
And it is something that we have to consciously do daily. Yes, every day we have to practice it.
Wow.
And for us to be able, one thing to I will add to it is that we should always try to listen carefully before passing judgment. Most of the time we don't listen to understand, then we just jump into conclusion. That one is also another thing that brings confusion. That tests our patience and tolerance. Yes. So if you are not a good listener, these are some of the things that
we need to look at and correct them.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much, Mama Naomi and Mr. Fred Jichi Mensah. You've been wonderful panelists today. Always, not today alone. Yeah, and we just want to say thank you for making time for this program. And viewers, our time is up. My name is Abena Poma Fuku. Okay, you can call me Dickness Poma. Yeah, we want to thank our DJ for today, Mr. Clemsy, and also the producer, Mr. Kobe, and the executive producer, Nana Yao Enin. In fact, we just want to say thank you once again to the panelists. They have, just bring out their best, right? So we did it all for you, that all of us, our marriage will work so well for us. So there was somebody told me, said if the marriage life is okay, it means that the society is also okay.
Of course.
And even the nation as a whole is also okay. So we need to work very hard to maintain peace, tolerance, and patience in our marriages. Okay, so we want to end here for today, and I think the next program coming up is Pentecost Hour, that our pastor will come. Yeah, so it starts at 6:30, 7. All right, 7 p.m. So we will come back 7 p.m. So if you are there, just go for a short break and then tune in again to Jafric Radio at 7 o'clock Japan time, 7 p.m. Japan time for Pentecost Hour. We once again want to thank you, viewers, for also taking your time to listen to this program and watching us. We will come your way next week, another wonderful topic. So until we meet again next week, we say sayonara.
Goodbye. Okay.
Lord Sky on the beat.
I'm sorry, 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 I'm sorry. Some say that I'm blind, no be my way. There's nobody like you. I gave you my heart, then you throw it. Yeah, yeah. I can't believe, say, now the person where they try to deceive me. The girl sexiness, no be play. Yeah, girl, I go die for your body, oh. Get me, I go fight anybody, oh. Anybody we go try me, then go surgery, oh. Cause them other girls, they no sabi, oh. Girl, I go die for your body, oh. Get me, I go fight anybody, oh. Anybody we go try me, then go surgery, oh. Cause them other girls, they no sabi, oh. Girl, I don't mind. If not fight, I go fight for you. Yeah, and I don't mind. If not to cry, I go cry for you. Yeah, I don't mind. Me, I feel do anything for you. Girl, if not to die, I'm not gonna die for you. Cause this is reality. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is reality. I'm sorry, the reality. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. She got a lot of sugar that did them plenty. Yeah, I know say my girl no be senti. Cause I know what I'm feeling. Gucci LV, she get them Chanel Fendi, Ferragamo Bentley, Lamborghini Benzi. She get them. See my life and my pocket empty. It's not easy to be a man, oh. I'm just a hustler and I want to survive. It's not easy to be a man, oh. I'm just a hustler and I want to survive. Just to survive. Girl, I fight anybody, oh. Any bagger we go try me, then go soji, oh. Cause them other girls, they no sabi, oh. Girl, I go die for your body, oh. Get me, I go fight anybody, oh. Any bagger we go try me, then go soji, oh. Cause them other girls, they no sabi, oh. Girl, I don't mind. If not fight, I go fight for you. Yeah, and I don't mind. If not to cry, I go cry for you. Yeah, I don't mind. Me, I feel do anything for you. Girl, if not to die, I'm not gonna die for you. Cause this is reality. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is reality. I'm sorry, the reality. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Girl, I go die for your body, oh. Get me, I go fight anybody, oh. Any bagger we go try me, then go soji, oh. Cause them other girls, they no sabi, oh. Girl, I go die for your body, oh. Get me, I go fight anybody, oh. Any bagger we go try me, then go soji, oh. Cause them other girls, girl, I don't mind. If not fight, I go fight for you. I go fight for you, and I don't mind. If not to cry, I go cry for you. Me, I go cry for you. I go cry for you. Mind. Me, I feel do anything for you. Girl, if not to die, I'm not gonna die for you. Cause this is reality. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is reality. I'm sorry, the reality. I'm sorry. This is reality.
You are watching Jafik Radio live. You are watching Jafik Radio live. You are watching Jafik Radio live. You are watching Jafik Radio live.